Well, hey everybody, this is Annie Noodle, and we are jumping right into it this week. I think it's called a cold open, or that's what I'm going to call it, where you don't get to see my beautiful face. We just start doing art right away. And I figured since it was the year of the rabbit, we would do some rabbit art. Technically, this is a hare, but I feel like you guys will forgive me for that, right? This paper is Arch's 300-pound white hot press watercolor paper, and I got this in a sample pack of watercolor paper from Wet Paint Art. As you can see right there, I am using I think it's Lunar Black from Daniel Smith. It's the PBK 11. It's a granulating black. Yeah, it's really cool. And I'm also using my Schmincke Random Gray. So all I'm doing right here is putting down a background color, really like a tone over the whole thing. Really just for added texture. And yeah. So you can see what the Random Gray does there. It's kind of splitting up into like browns and grays and blues. And this is what the granulating black looks like. Yeah, I really wanted you guys to get to see this process a little bit because it's so cool. And you can see it shifting from the black to the gray there as it turns more bluish. Isn't that just so cool? I'm already having so much fun playing with these paints. And then, now that the paper has dried, I'm going in with Black 3.0 from Culture Hustle. And it is a little bit hard for me to see where the lines are, but that's okay because I am attempting my first chiaroscuro. I don't know how to say that word. Doing a cool painting where this hair is coming out of the darkness because I thought that was fitting for a new year with a new bunny. I am not sure. I don't know. I don't think Culture Hustle products are for me. Um, I, as you can see here, I just kind of wanted to show you like this did not coat very well on the first go around. I had to go around, I think like 3 or 4 times with this paint, and it's not cheap. Um, yeah, I was not impressed with it, and it smells. And again, this might just be like maybe it's not intended for use on paper. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen other people use it for things and I didn't notice that it looked awful, but it just might be that like I'm watching other people use it on like a diorama and they're not doing like an art supply review on it. They're just using it. So they're not telling me that it's taking 4 coats of paint to get to matte, like to get it full coverage. But so yeah, I think I won't be buying more Culture Hustle stuff, which is too bad because like I really want to try the mirroriest mirror one, like the chrome one, but I don't know. I think I'm okay. I do eventually get the background to be black, but yeah, right now it bothers me to see it so unblack. Like I was expecting it to be like, ooh, look at this, and now it's very matte black, and it's just eh. Like, I feel like I would have gotten basically the same result if I had used just my regular black acrylic gouache, because that is very pigmented and very black and very matte, and I feel like I would have had better luck with that. And for all I know, painting with that on this very absorbent watercolor paper would have also not worked very well, because I haven't used my acrylic gouache very much on paper yet either. So it might be me, guys. Like, I'm always willing to admit that. And I don't think I have mentioned this yet, but if you stay tuned till the very end of the video, there is a very, very awkward, unedited video of me opening Happy Mail from Miranda Watson over at Alkali Creek Art. She sent me something very appreciated. And I don't want to ruin the surprise for you, but yeah, it's something that I have already used in my daily life. So yeah, if you wanted to watch that, it's really funny to me to watch it. So So with this technique, I'm going to try one more time to say it. Chiaroscuro. No, anyways. So I want to make sure that I have some edges of the rabbit that are going to be in very, very bright light. And then some edges of the rabbit are basically going to be getting lost in the darkness. Um, and so that's what you kind of saw me starting to do there, where I'm working more black into the edges of Bun Bun. And that is what I'm doing here, is just choosing certain parts that I am seeing in the reference that I could be like, well, I could see why that would have a dark shadow there. And that is what I am doing to the tail now. And the tail also just needed texture because right now it's just like a weird triangle. And even though it's not going to be very prominent in this painting, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just a weird slab. It should look a little furry still. So, a lot of my favorite painters, which I realize I don't necessarily talk about a lot on my channel, and I probably should, a lot of them use, okay, I'm gonna try again, chiaroscuro. I am getting closer. Okay, so Rubens is one of my favorite painters, and I've been to Italy and to Germany, and I've seen a lot of his works in person, and they are absolutely breathtaking. To the point where I'm like, I don't know that I would have chosen him as like my all-time favorite artist if I hadn't seen his works in person. Like it just blows you away the difference between seeing even a high quality representation of a piece of art and seeing it in person. Like it is night and day different. So Rubens uses this technique where you put very dark elements right next to very bright elements, and it's really gorgeous. And I mean, like a lot of other artists use this, like Caravaggio and Da Vinci, and yeah. So um, I am right now in my painting going through and putting this really cool texture into the bunny's fur. I did use a reference from the free photo references for artists group that I am always talking about on Facebook. And this hair has this really cool kind of, it almost looks like curly hair, but it's not. It just has a really great pattern to it. So I wanted to kind of get that in there a little bit. And then I am going in and starting to get some texture into the face as well, because I didn't want this to turn into something that didn't have texture everywhere. So you can see I'm kind of following the pattern of the hair, and that's, I mean, like no pun intended. Like when you're doing animal fur, you need to pay attention to your brush strokes to make sure that your fur is going in the correct direction. Otherwise, it looks really goofy when you're done. And then I waited for that to dry, and now you can see I am going in with some various brown watercolors over everything. I have really definitely been in the mood lately, since I did my inventory, to just pick up whatever art supplies I have around that I think will work and put them into the painting that I'm using. And I really used to be a purist, and I was like, I am doing a watercolor. I'm only going to put watercolor in here. And if I got really daring, I would use colored pencils. And I have been shifting away from that, and I'm kind of liking the process. It's very fun, and I feel like this hair turned out really well. And yeah, I'd love to hear what you think about this hair, or I mean anything else you've seen me work on lately. Your opinion is always valued here. So I am going through now. I didn't want a lot going on in the background, but I didn't want it to just be black, so I put in some grass. And I also didn't want the rabbit to be black and white. I went back and forth on that for a while. Like I really like, I almost left this as a black and white illustration, but I like color, so we decided to add some brown in there. Um, and I think it turned out really well. This is my, oh no, what's Turner's acrylic wash, and You guys know I love my Turner's acrylic wash. It seemed to blend pretty well with the Culture Hustle Black 3.0 that I was using. And they both seem to work very well if you thin them out as well. And I get to that a little bit later. Right here, I was like, this painting is taking me forever, and I just want to splap some texture on there. So I realized I had a fan brush, and that sped up my process significantly. And I mean, like, obviously you can see like the strokes from the fan brush very easily. Like there's just too many bits that are running parallel to each other, and I go back and fix that. This is not my final layer of the hair. This is just to facilitate getting things moving in the right direction more quickly. And here you can see I am starting to go in with those washes. And if you're wondering why I'm using this tiny brush to do my washes, I have no clue. I find myself doing this all the time, and like after I've been fighting with a tiny brush for like 5 minutes, I'm usually like, how about I switch to something bigger? I don't know that I remember to do that this time. Oh well. And here I'm going in and adding a little bit of extra texture to the inside of the bunny's ears and kind of try to delineate that edge between the outer and the inner parts of the ear. Yeah, because that's something that I'm trying to pay attention to more this year. I think I am considering doing some master studies this year. I've done a few before, and I always get a lot out of them. And if you've never done a master study, it is totally fine to do a master study to copy somebody else's work for your own education, not to sell, and not to pass off as your own. Usually, I don't even post them to social media because I don't want there to be any confusion about like exactly what this is and what I'm saying. And like if I got a whole bunch of traction on like this post where I did an Omar Ryan watercolor master study, I'd be like, oh yeah, no, like too many of those people think that's mine and it's not. Yeah. So I don't even usually post them. I do have a Discord group that I'm in with my friends, and I would post to that. I'd be like, hey, this is this master study. And in fact, that is what I did last time I did a master study. But it's been a while, and yeah, I think it would be good to try to do some of that this year. All right. And so, as per usual, I like to leave in the things that I feel like I totally did wrong. Just because I don't want to try to like come off of as one of those artists who's like, I am always perfect. I am not. So, I added in these big dramatic grass blades at the edge of this. Um, because I was like, well, let's see yeah, let's try that, see if it works. No, it didn't work. I hated it, and I, in fact, painted over it. I didn't include the painting over part, but you will see that it is gone again later. I left it for a while to see if it would grow on me, and it didn't. It looks awful. Like, it kind of destroys the whole purpose of this piece, I feel like, is to kind of let it almost yeah, I don't know how to explain it. It made me feel like I was too much a part of the scene and I shouldn't be, because clearly the scene is interacting with itself and that's what I wanted. Does that make sense? Yeah, so the grass blades that came out that almost like would have broken the frame. Yeah, I feel like that was too much. And yay, painting whiskers, you guys. I love painting whiskers. It's so satisfying. I think part of it is just that it's like the end and like you're winding down and putting on final touches. But part of it is just it's really nice to draw those cute, dainty lines. Yeah, I love painting whiskers. And here we are done. You can see that the grass is gone now. Or the big annoying grass. I like the little clumps. And here's the tape peel because it's fun. I mean, it's, yeah, very therapeutic, I think. And this paper didn't tear, so that was good. I mean, it's arches, so I would have been surprised if it had, but I mean, I always like to clarify that it doesn't, just, so that you guys know. And here's the big reveal of our 2023 bunny. You're the bun bun. Overall, I'm happy with how he looks. This is, for a first attempt, I think this is fine. I would like to have pushed my darks darker on the hair itself. And maybe, no, I think my lights are light enough. Like on the plane of his face that faces into the light, I think that's a good tone for that. But I feel like I could have pushed some of the darks on him darker, but I was a little bit scared too, so I didn't. Maybe next time. And I left this in. I want to show you guys, like, you can see the kind of weird gritty texture of that black 3.0. And if you touch it at all, it, like, all of the little raised ridges show you where you touched. Hey guys, this is Annie Noodle, and I'm recording this because the very awesome Miranda over at Alkali Creek Art sent me something in the mail, and I've been waiting forever, and I'm so curious about what's in this box. This box right here. So I am going to open this box because I'm on my way to my day job, and I do not want to wait till tonight, and I don't have to. So, woohoo! Oh. Woo! I am, in fact, in my car. That's why everything's awkward. Gotcha. What is in here? Ooh. It is a warm desk pad. Oh! So all I know about this is that Miranda said that she knows that I live in the unbelievably cold weather like she does. Oh. Eat. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh my gosh! It has technology in it. Technology. So apparently you put it under your... So obviously you put it on your desk and it keeps you warm. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's huge. There's somebody getting into their car over there. I hope they enjoy their 5 minutes of utter fame for being on my channel. Okay, I will give you a bigger heads up about what this actually does once I get it home. So I just wanted to pop in here at the end and say that heating mat totally saved me, which I already told Miranda, but like, I had my hot water heater replaced and my furnace was off that entire time because I have a gas water heater. And having that little heated pad on my desk absolutely saved me that day. My heat was off for 3 hours. It was so cold in here by the end. Oh my gosh. Miranda, you are a lifesaver. Thank you. I am not wearing my glasses and it's kind of weird, but I don't want to go get them because I am lazy. Okay, bye.